All right, so just roll with me for a second. Imagine you're going on a cross-country road trip. You've planned out your stops, you know exactly how long it's gonna take, but then 100 miles in, you need to have an unexpected bathroom break. And while you're there, you realize that you're hungry and you also need to eat. But you did not plan this, and now you are not gonna get to your destination when you thought you would. So, because you had this unplanned stop, you turn around, you go back home, and you say, okay, I'm gonna just do it tomorrow. I think we can both agree that that's dumb. But that is exactly what I used to do with some of my goals in life. And if you find yourself constantly saying, oh, I need to restart my XYZ fill in the blank journey, listen up, because that is exactly the thing that is stopping you from getting there. Welcome back, or welcome if you're new here. My name is Christy, and I make content centered around realizing that no matter where we are in life, no matter our age, we are just on time to live the life of our dreams. And right now, we are in the middle of our Show Up Summer 60. Actually, we are toward the end of it. We only have a few weeks left. And if you have not joined that, that is totally fine. You can pick it up whenever and you can do it. But I suggest you check it out. I have all the details linked in the description below. Today, I really want to talk about this idea of constantly starting over, or the restart mindset, which is the idea that if we have fallen off whatever that thing is that we're trying to do, then we have to then restart that goal or restart that journey. So for example, say you're like, oh, I fell off my fitness journey, I need to restart that. Or I fell off my decluttering journey, I need to restart that. Or I fell off my YouTube journey, I haven't been posting, so I need to restart that. That's what I mean. Usually when we feel like we need to restart, we're doing something that doesn't necessarily come naturally to us. Maybe we're trying to replace some bad habits that we have built up, and getting in the groove of that thing and finding balance just doesn't always come easily. And so as we're talking, I want you to have in the back of your mind, what is that thing that you always feel like you're constantly needing to restart? Maybe it's a business, maybe it's school, maybe it's YouTube. I know for me, it has been my fitness journey. And so that's the thing that I'm going to have in the back of my head. First, we're going to talk about why restarting is problematic, and then what do we need to do instead. Restarting actually puts us in the mindset that we have already failed. And failure is a double-edged sword. It can either be productive or it can be unproductive. And constantly restarting falls into that unproductive type of failure. So what is productive failure? I am the biggest advocate of productive failure, where we realize that something didn't quite work out and we need to do something different in order to be able to move forward. Productive failure is one of the ways that we learn to do something new. When we fail productively, it really challenges us to analyze where things went wrong, re-strategize so that we can make a plan for moving forward and figure out how to do that thing differently or better. And then it challenges us to try again or keep going. Through that process, we might find that there's an area where we've been self-sabotaging, or maybe we find that we need a little bit of extra help in an area, which is something that I realized when going through this process of productive failure. The decision of whether or not to try again or to keep going really depends on how you have reanalyzed your plan. So maybe there were aspects of your plan that actually legitimately did not work. You figure out what you're going to do. You're going to try again. Or if you just were not working the plan, then you're going to dust yourself off and you're going to keep going. But often when we fall off, we get into this cycle of what I'm calling unproductive failure, where we go hard, fail, and restart. Go hard, fail, restart. And it just continues. And it actually discourages us more than it pushes us. And then we don't end up making any of the productive moves that end up leading to change for us. For example, with my fitness, it's often been a thing where I would build up my confidence to do a thing. Then I would go really, really hard for a while, and then I burned out. But then I would get down on myself for burning out, and I would have to rebuild the energy that it took for me to actually restart. I call that unproductive failure because instead of pushing us, it is physically and emotionally draining, and it can be really difficult for us to keep bouncing back from that, especially if we've tried it over and over again and haven't fully seen the success that we want to see. Because I know that fitness is my area, and I know it's something that's big for a lot of you as well. Something that has really been helping me lately to combat unproductive failure in that area and to not feel like I constantly need to restart my fitness journey is Trainwell, formerly known as Copilot. For about the past month, I have been using Trainwell, and it has really changed the game for me. It has helped me to be more consistent and to really enjoy working out so that I feel more balanced with that. So if you haven't heard of Trainwell, it is a personal training platform and everything is done remotely, which works out so nicely for my schedule. But you're actually interacting with a real human, a certified personal trainer on a daily basis. To get set up, you answer a few questions on their website and they pair you with a certified personal trainer. And if you don't vibe with your trainer, you can totally totally switched, but I personally really hit it off with my trainer, Megan. I had a 40-minute call with her where we got a chance to know each other, but then I talked with her about my own personal struggles and what it is that I want out of personal training, the type of workouts that I like, the equipment that I have, how many days a week I want to work out, how long I want to work out, and all of those things that are very personalized to me. And from that information, she built a personal training plan that is mine. The trainer then put your whole plan into the Trainwell app, and as you are working out, you get to hear your trainer's voice actually guiding you through that workout. She lets me know if I'm doing the exercise right or if I'm moving too fast. Through the app, I can text her anytime with any questions that I might have, and she will respond to me so quickly. She will also reach out to me via text to see how I'm doing with my workouts, how I'm progressing. And so because I know that Megan is going to reach out and that she's going to hold me accountable, I am super motivated not to drop the ball. Plus, it's just really fun. Like I said, it has been a game changer for me. I feel stronger. I'm getting the workouts in. I'm getting the help that I knew I needed. And I realized that I no longer get caught up in this unproductive failure in my fitness because I have what I need to push forward. But you know that I believe that sharing is caring. So you can actually try out Trainwell for free for 2 weeks using my code linked in the description below. Try it out, see how you like it. I know that you're absolutely going to love it the way that I love it. So thank you so much, Trainwell, for supporting my fitness journey, supporting this channel, and sponsoring this video. I mentioned that productive failure requires us to analyze where things went wrong, re-strategize, and then to try again or keep going. When we fall off, we have to keep going. And here's the deal. A lot of times our fall offs are not actually the result of failure, but more the result of the process. It's part of the journey of becoming. But it can be really hard to untangle sometimes, whether it was a perceived failure because it is something that is part of the process or an actual failure. It doesn't matter though. Either way, we have to keep going when we fall off. Making the decision to keep going is a mindset shift, and it's one that's helped me to stay motivated and to stay encouraged and to not fall back into bad habits, even if I have a quote unquote mess up. It is a decision that I have started this journey. It is now a part of who I am, who I'm becoming, and how I am just living my life. I said before that change is related to our identity and how we see ourselves. So for example, if I see myself as a fit person, then even if I have a day where I have a cheat meal or I miss a workout, it's not going to completely derail my progress because continuing to make poor choices in my eating or continuing to miss workouts does not line up with my identity of being a fit person. Or if I see myself as a straight A student, even if I fail an assignment, I'm going to do whatever it takes to get that A because that's who I am. I am a straight A student. But if I see myself as this is hard, I keep failing, no matter what I do, I can't get there, then I'm gonna try to some extent. But any failure or any bump in the road will be proof to me of this old identity as opposed to this new identity. And eventually I'll end up losing motivation. When I decide to keep going though, the end goal is the end goal and that's it. I am so set on that thing that nothing is going to stop me from getting there. End of story. Point blank, period. You get it? I think you got it. When I see myself as this version of me that I want to be, and I'm actively working to become that person, I realize that there are going to be some hiccups along the way. Everything is not going to be perfect, but I'm still not going to give up. I am going to keep going. But that is a mindset that we have to develop. And we develop that by making sure that we're constantly practicing responding to failure with the attitude to just keep going. It also requires a level of intentionality even in how we speak to ourselves. So I've done resets on my channel and my husband would constantly say, why are you doing a reset? You don't constantly need to do a reset. And I would be like, what are you talking about? Because for me, my thinking was things are a little bit off track. I need to set them back on track. But I realized that for him, the way he interpreted that word was like factory reset, which was synonymous with I was continuing to restart. So when I did a weekly reset or a fitness reset or whatever, it was like, why do you keep restarting? And I give that example because I want you to think about how you're speaking to yourself, even subconsciously, and how you're internalizing different words. If words like reset and restart give you feelings that confirm your old identity rather than your new one, you've got to change it up. Once I realized that that was how he thought of it, I stopped actually using the word reset so loosely. One, because I just couldn't get him out of my head, but also I didn't want to associate that with restarting and having this hard reset. Also, if you had that same idea of the word reset, I didn't want to put that out there for you either. Unless we really need to start from scratch because we are so off course that we're going in the other direction, then our mindset needs to be to just keep going and to continue with what we've started. So if you've started a journey of some sort, maybe even with this Show Up Summer 60 or with YouTube or with whatever journey, and you've had a not so great few days or few weeks where you haven't fully lived up to the thing that you wanted to do not tell yourself that you need to restart. Make the decision to get back up and keep going. I hope you enjoyed this video and that it encouraged you to keep pushing forward. If it did, I would really appreciate it if you would give it a big thumbs up. Also, if you're not subscribed, like, what are you doing? I'm gonna need you to jump on that. And don't forget to check out Trainwell for a free 2 weeks of personal training. Alrighty guys, I love you and I will see you in my next. Bye for now.